Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Yesterday, William Ruto badly attacked the judiciary, insinuating that some judges are very corrupt. And that was interpreted to mean he will not be obeying the court orders. So today, the Magistrate and Judges Association responded to William Ruto. Before we have a look at the response, let's first listen to William. Yes, William Ruto is indirectly saying, I will not obey court orders. And already we're being told that a road construction that had been stopped by the courts, Ruto has ordered the construction to resume. And we all know the implications of that, in that tenders are being awarded irregularly, and then you cannot challenge that anywhere. You go to court, a court gives an order, but the orders are not being obeyed. And from what we have seen again, in the 1 year and 6 months of Ruto's rule, there's been a lot of corruption. Tenders are being awarded irregularly, and those close to power are the ones being given those tenders, and in return, they give kickbacks. So when the court stops such tenders, Ruto is threatening the judges. Let's have a look at the Magistrate and Judges Association's response to Ruto. 3rd January 2024, read, Press statement of the Kenya Magistrates and Judges Association, KMJA, on President William Ruto's recent remarks about the judiciary, judicial independence, and the rule of law. We, the Executive Council of the Kenya Magistrates and Judges Association, KMJA, have noted with grave concern the recent statements made by President William Ruto about the judiciary and those who hold judicial office in Kenya. On 2nd January 2024, the President of Kenya made a statement about the judiciary and purported to give directions to government officials to disobey court orders allegedly because the courts are corrupt, and saying that they are not going to allow judicial tyranny and judicial impunity. The statement by the President further castigated and threatened litigants who approached courts in defense of the Constitution and the rule of law. Though the President alleged that they were going to respect judicial independence by insinuating that the court orders are a manifestation of judicial tyranny and impunity, is in itself interference with judicial independence. We have also in the past witnessed real threats, interference, and attempts to manipulate the judiciary to interfere with the independence of the judiciary. In fact, it's a long letter, but the judges concludes it this way. We call upon all Kenyans of goodwill to stand up and protect the Constitution and the independence of the judiciary. The executive attacks against the courts for doing their work must stop. Yes, those are the Magistrates and Judges Association response to William Ruto. And they are saying that in the past, they have experienced threats and attempts to interfere with court cases. So it's very clear William Ruto's government has been trying to interfere with the court cases. Yesterday, William Ruto was branding these judges corrupt. The truth of the matter is, It's William Ruto and his officials who are corrupt, and they are trying to corrupt the courts. They are corrupt and trying to corrupt the courts. If you defy their attempt, they brand you corrupt. If you give in, then you are good, you are not corrupt. That's exactly what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. From the look of things, I think the honeymoon between William Ruto and the judiciary is now moribund. That honeymoon is coming to an end. As much as William Ruto, from what we have been seeing, has succeeded in compromising the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, these other lower courts are not ready to play ball. So William Ruto is just left with the Supreme Court, but there is a hole. These lower courts are not willing to play ball. So William Ruto is trying to intimidate and to threaten these lower courts. That's the game being played here. The Supreme Court is already captured. Ruto is now trying to capture the lower courts. The lower courts are not ready to be captured. That's what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. And back to the remarks by William Ruto, I'm seeing a president who wants to be a total leader, who is trying to prepare ground for him to be a dictator. He wants to control the judiciary, legislature. In fact, he wants to control everything. So far, parliament has been captured. The so-called independent institutions have been captured. The Supreme Court is captured. William Ruto is now very desperate to capture the lower courts. Whether he will succeed or not, it's only time that will tell. But Ruto, in other words, is just calling for anarchy. And I'm saying he's calling for anarchy because already we are seeing what is happening on the mountain. People are being chased away from their land to pave way for the affordable housing projects. In turn, the people are also turning wild and actually venting their anger on the contractors, stoning them. So you are seeing that in the absence of the courts, it's anarchy. William Ruto is a very big letdown to this country. He is just breeding anarchy. Look at, for example, the housing levy. A whopping majority of Kenyans are against that housing levy. In fact, Okia Omtata took that matter to court on behalf of Kenyans. William Ruto is now threatening Okia Omtata and other Kenyans who have gone to court. And for those who can remember, William Ruto started by saying Mambo ni Matatu. And at that time, Kenyans thought he was saying those remarks in order to fight the sugar cartels. Kumbe William Ruto wanted just to have his own way in order for his corrupt dealings to go unchallenged. I think as Kenyans, we should all join hands together to stop a William Ruto who is trying to install himself as a total president, as a dictator. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person who may want to support us, contact me through that number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.